Are you ready for some jaw-dropping news from the Miami Dolphins? Just when we thought the trade deadline was a mere formality, it turns out our beloved team was in the thick of a bidding war for a veteran defensive lineman. The suspense is real, folks. Who knew that 9 teams were vying for his services? Stay tuned as we dive into how close the Dolphins were to making a monumental trade that could have reshaped our season. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up to stay on top of all things Dolphins. Hold on to your seats, Dolphins fans. The trade deadline brought a whirlwind of action, and our team was at the center of a fierce competition for a star player. Can you imagine the Dolphins turning down a 4th-round pick for a player who just turned 38? It's a bold move that speaks volumes about our organization's commitment to winning. Join me as we unpack the drama that unfolded behind the scenes and what it means for our playoff hopes. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the latest updates. Dolphins Nation, this one's for you. As the trade deadline approached, the intrigue around our team reached a boiling point. A veteran defensive lineman was on the table, with multiple teams ready to make their offers. But guess what? The Dolphins chose to hold on to him, signaling a deeper commitment to our squad. What does this mean for our future? Stick around as we break down the implications of this decision and how it reflects our team's philosophy. Make sure to subscribe and leave a like so you never miss a moment of Dolphins news. So, let's dive right into it, Dolphins fans. The news surrounding Calais Campbell and the Dolphins trade deadline decisions has us all buzzing, doesn't it? I mean, we were this close to seeing a veteran player with a glittering resume don the aqua and orange, and yet, here we are, still wondering what could have been. Reports indicate that multiple teams were in a bidding war for Campbell, and the Dolphins had a solid offer on the table from the Ravens. A 5th-round pick? That's not chump change. And yet, Miami ultimately decided to keep him, which raises the question, was that the right call? Coach Mike McDaniel stepped in, emphasizing that trading Campbell would signal surrender for the season. But are we truly in a position to be that picky at 2-6? You believe that was the best decision? I, for one, am honestly torn on this one. Let's talk about Campbell's age for a second. Yes, he just turned 38, but look at how he plays. He's not just a name on the roster, he's a beast on the field. The fact that teams were willing to offer significant picks for him speaks volumes about his impact. This is a player who's hungry for that elusive championship ring, and he's shown he can still produce. Retaining him might just be what this team needs, not just for this season, but as a leadership figure moving forward. And speaking of leadership, we can't overlook the situation with Shaquille Barrett. The Dolphins are making decisions that prioritize the organization's future, even if it means being less than ideal in personal matters. Yes, Barrett has been through a lot, and it's tough to see him on the reserve list. But with contract considerations looming, Miami has to think about what benefits them long-term. So, what do you all think? Are the Dolphins making the right moves, or is this a case of mismanagement? I want to hear your thoughts. Do you believe holding on to Campbell was the best decision, or should we have gone for those picks? Your opinions matter, so drop them in the comments below. Are the Miami Dolphins about to make a blockbuster move that could change the landscape of the AFC? Rumors are swirling around a potential trade involving a high-profile quarterback that could shake things up as we head into the offseason. With the Dolphins making headlines for their recent performances, now is the time to dive deep into what this could mean for our beloved team. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button to stay updated with all the latest Dolphins news. Could the Miami Dolphins be on the verge of a major shakeup? Speculation is heating up around a potential trade that might bring a veteran quarterback to Miami, stirring excitement and curiosity among fans. With the team aiming for a playoff push, this could be the perfect opportunity to bolster our roster. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like to keep up with every twist and turn in Dolphins news. What if I told you the Miami Dolphins are eyeing a significant addition that could elevate our playoff hopes? As the offseason approaches, whispers of a possible quarterback trade are making waves, and Dolphins fans need to pay attention. With the right moves, we could be looking at a new era of success. Be sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up to catch all the latest updates about our Dolphins. Kirk Cousins, the Atlanta Falcons quarterback, is reportedly at risk of being traded as the season progresses. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler highlighted that the outcome of the remaining 6 games could significantly impact Cousins' future in Atlanta. Currently, the Falcons have stumbled with 2 consecutive losses, and if this trend continues, the team might consider parting ways with Cousins after the season. Let's not forget, Cousins signed a hefty 4-year deal worth $180 million last offseason. However, with the Falcons having drafted Michael Penix Jr. with the 8th overall pick in the 2024 draft, the possibility of moving on from the veteran quarterback isn't far-fetched. Fowler emphasized that Cousins has shown he can heat up on the field, throwing for at least 3 touchdowns in 3 of his first 9 games, but his recent performance has raised concerns. Now, I have to wonder, do the Dolphins need to keep an eye on this situation? If the Falcons decide to trade Cousins, he would undoubtedly attract interest from several teams. However, Fowler added an interesting note: if Cousins were to be moved, he would likely prefer a team that is in a competitive position. So, what does this mean for the Dolphins? Given our own quarterback situation, could Cousins be a viable option if he becomes available? It's certainly food for thought. Personally, I'm torn on whether this would be a good move for Miami. On one hand, Cousins brings experience and a proven track record, but on the other, do we want to invest in a 36-year-old quarterback when we might have other options developing? I want to hear what you think. Was this a wise decision by Atlanta to draft Penix and potentially consider trading Cousins? Or should they stick with the veteran and ride it out? There's a lot of emotion tied to these decisions, especially considering how they can shape the future of a franchise. So, drop your thoughts in the comments below. I genuinely want to know what you're feeling about this situation. Don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow fans, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the latest updates on the Dolphins and the NFL. And make sure to hit that notification bell to stay in the loop with all the breaking news.